What's going on, everybody? Let's get it. Yeah, what's up, Gabe Lackman, Useless Raro? How you guys doing? What's going on? What's crack-a-lackin'? We're here. We're gonna go ahead and get into it. I got this fucking bitch ass light blinding me. I'm turning that shit off, bro. I'm not even trying to do all that right now. Yellow card for putting distractions on my screen. I'm showing off fucking Norma Dumont, bro. She's the co-main event. You know, people need to know that we have history in the making here in the co-main event with Jocelyn Edwards and Norma Dumont. Officially, the thickest fight in WMMA history. So this is history in the making, folks. I mean, the two fattest asses in the UFC going up head for head, or I guess you could say cheek for cheek. And yeah, man, this is unprecedented. Never before have we seen such copious amounts of cheekage inside the UFC octagon. So as my friend Useless will say, yeah, damn. So yeah, fucking Edwards, Dumont, great co-main event. A lot of people are like, how is this a co-main event? I mean, fucking watch those chicks jiggle around out at range and you'll fucking see why, goddammit. But let me go ahead and say what's up to the chat. What's up, Paco? What's up, Ikize? What's up, Shi Ming? KSI would say I'm in the thick of it. Everybody knows. Yeah, and that motherfucker, he needs to stop making music, bro. KSI's music is embarrassing. That shit is embarrassing. Why do I look so orange? I look fucking like weird. Is it the hat? Is it the light? Whatever. It is what it is. I need a fucking haircut, so that's why I'm wearing a hat right now. Let's see. But yeah, what's up, Ikize, Paku, Shimeng, Raro, Useless. I don't know if you guys want me to start talking about some other shit going on in the MMA space. If you want me to get right into the full card picks for Zalal. Why is this shit all looking stupid, dog? God, I fucking hate wearing hats. I just want a damn haircut. But yeah, man. Let me know what you guys are wanting to see. Armin Tsarukyan had something pretty fucking weird to say about Ilia Topuria, talking about how he shaves his ass. I'm not too sure why he was saying that, but, you know, we can get into that, you know. It's a weird trash talk. Like, this guy, he shaves his ass, brother. This guy is gay. So, I don't know. I don't know what Armin Tsarukyan... I don't know what its deal is, to be honest with you guys. Let's see. Only fight, want to see deep clinch and dominant half guard. Cameraman better be on point or I'm going to crash out. Yeah, bro, we got to get the best fucking camera angles. We got to get Owen in the co-main event here coming up for sure. Most certainly. Let's see. He knows because he's been all up in those cheeks. Ilya won't fight his secret lover. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, it's brutal. Can you imagine if that was true? Yeah, no. I don't think so. Maybe that's why Ilya got the divorce at the end of the day. Wait, let me go ahead and show you Raro. What the fuck this dude's talking about. Yeah, here we are.
And about that, I'm a gangster on the Twitter. I'm not a gangster, I'm the man. But he is not. He shaves his ass. He shaves his arms, legs. At least I'm a man. I don't do that.
How do you know that he does that?
I mean, if you see his videos, he has no hair on his legs. You think he's gonna have a hair on his ass?
I don't know. I never thought of that, to be honest.
And he lied. And about that, I'm a gangster on the Twitter.
Yeah, so what the fuck? He's like, this fucking guy shaves his ass, and that's why I'm going to be champ. I don't fucking know, man. That's some weird shit from Armin Tsarukyan, but I'll take it. Let's see. From the screen to the ring. Yeah, I'm not fucking get the fuck with the KSI lyrics. Yeah, now that was gay. The real shame. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fuck that. I almost read that shit out loud on accident. Yeah, bro. I'm not too sure where Armin Sarukian is coming from with that. But, you know, English is his second language. Who fucking knows, bro? Hey, this guy shave his legs, he shave his arms. You think he's not going to shave his ass? What? Let's see. Fuck the lines. We doing straight body hair percentage, I guess, right? Darren Till shitting on Dana too. Is he? As he should be. More people should be shitting on Dana White. Dana White's a fucking cunt bag. Darren Till's saying, where's all the promos gone? When me and Mike Perry fighting bare knuckle, I'm going to sit down with David Feldman and we're going to do a promo to end all promos. Where's the Jose Aldo and Conor McGregor promo gone? And Dana White sat there going, who gives a shit? We give a shit, you fat fucking retard. He said fat terrapin. I don't know what that means. I think the UFC's gone to shit. I'm not happy with it. I'm sorry to say. But the last London event was just fucking disastrous. The London events, when Bisping fought, I got knocked out in London, but the atmosphere for that was electric. It ain't got that no more. Agree. I do agree. Darren Till is making a good point. Says that he thinks Dana White is switched off from the UFC.
A bit too much out of control. Like I think he's totally switched off from the UFC. I don't even watch the UFC no more. Really. I couldn't tell you half the people who fight on it. The events just that.
Dana White is just phoning it in at this point. It really is. Darren Till isn't washed. Wish he came back. I mean, he's on the roids now. He's like on the supplements, so that's probably why he's looking so good. But his ACL is all fucked up. He can't really wrestle. He can box. He can strike. He can kickbox, most likely. Let's see. Paku. I digged a little bit deeper into Grant versus Martinetti. Not liking a lot of bets on this card, so I jumped on Martinetti moneyline at plus 115. Younger guy with good output in third round. Super tough. I think he wins. I think so too, bro. I picked him in my picks video. But when you said you dug deeper into it, what do you mean? I watched Davey Grant versus Devon Blackshear. I watched Davey Grant versus who the fuck was it? Charles Jourdain. I just wanted to see how he looked in that fight. And it's just like, yeah, Martinetti's not Charles Jourdain, but Davey Grant against Damon Blackshear, it was relatively close, bro. And it's not like he was just out there. He was just fucking Damon Blackshear up, and he was just dominating him. You know, Damon Blackshear was able to take him down in round one. Controlled him for a majority of the round. So, you know, Martinetti, he does have good takedowns. He does have good grappling himself. Davey Grant's 40 years old. He hasn't had a finish since 2023. I don't know, man. I'm a Davey Grant fan, but I feel like just at 40 years old, Martinetti coming in, the younger guy, better output, good cardio. Yeah. He did get dropped by Vologden, it's true. Grant might show him levels, dude. I don't know. Maybe a couple of years ago, but at this point, I'm not too sure. But I don't like that he got dropped by Vologden. That is true. That is true because Vologden didn't look too great against Castaneda. Davey Grant is free money. You think so, bro? I don't know, man. He's 40. He's 40. He hasn't looked that good, and like he hasn't finished anybody since Rafael Assunção in 2023. I don't know. He comes forward, Davey Grant, with big punch power and combos. That is true. Grant has some big power in his overhands. I agree with you that he does have the power punches, but I think that Martinetti overall will be able to keep himself safe enough and not just get hit by the big fucking bombs from Davey Grant. And even if he does have a solid-ass chin. So I think he'll be able to wrap up Davey Grant, take him down, recover. I don't know. We'll see. Cub Swanson was 42. I agree, but he was fighting a 37-year-old Nate Landwehr. You know, Davey Grant's fighting a 27-year-old young dude. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, Cub Swanson was fighting another old guy. You know, Rafa. It would be different if Davey Grant was fighting somebody, you know, closer to his age range. But I get the Davey Grant side. I don't hate it. I don't hate the Davey Grant side. I was thinking about picking him. I was kind of going back and forth on this fight a lot. it's not like I'm just saying, oh yeah, fucking Davey Grant has no chance. He's gonna get fucking destroyed by Martinetti. That's not necessarily what I think here. Yeah, it was just it was a tough pick for me. You know, Davey Grant, he's a vet. He's been fighting some of but it's not like he's been fighting like the best guys in the bantamweight division. He's not like up there in the top 15 competing with these dudes. He's been fighting mid-tier guys. You know, he's been fighting guys like who the fuck did I just say? Yeah, Damon Blackshear, Daniel Marcos, who's good but not elite. Charles Jourdain, Rafael Sunsao, Louis Smolka. I don't know, man. He's just a journeyman with, and I say that respectfully. Like Davey Grant's a vet. He's been in the UFC for a long time, but he's just 40, and he just hasn't had a finish in a long time. And yeah, I like Martinetti to avoid the big shots from Davey Grant, outwork him, outpace him to a decision win. Davey Grant is live. I would say if you're gonna bet him, probably just bet him by KO. I don't know if he wins a decision. He just outpoints Martinetti, landing big shots as the fight goes on. I'm not too sure. I think that he'll eventually start to slow down with the pace that Martinetti likes to push in fights. And yeah, I mean, in that fight, his last finish and Davey Grant's last finish against Sunsao was winning the fight. Sunsao essentially got fucked over by the referee because I think Davey Grant grabbed the cage or something like that. The referee was like, stop. You know, he reset, like put them out back at range, basically took Rafael Sunsao's position away. And it led to Sunsao getting caught with a big shot and then submitted in that inverted triangle. So it's just like, I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know. Who's Martinetti fought? Nobody. Vologden. That's about it. His record's absolute trash. He's 17-1, and Vologden isn't UFC level. That's fair. He hasn't fought anybody, but he's just the younger guy. This was essentially my same argument with fucking Josh Hokett and Curtis Blades. I was like, who the fuck is Hokett fought? Denzel Freeman and Max Jimenez? And then he went out there and beat fucking Curtis Blades. So I get it. I understand the Davey Grant side. Me and Jackal taped up Hernandez and Rafa today. He asked your take on it. Haven't caught your whole predictions vid yet. We are both on Hernandez, thinking about a money line bet. I'm also on Hernandez too, bro. I'm on Hernandez. Let me talk about that right now here. Let me get the notes. But I think that he's going to use the footwork. I think that he's going to be landing the sharper shots. You know, Rafa Garcia, he is aggressive. He does come forward, trying to close the distance. But his wins over Jared Gordon, who got hit by a car the day before, old man Vince Pichel, old man Clay Guida, those are just not enough to convince me that he's not going to be able to, that he's going to be able to get the win here over prime, fast, powerful Alexander Hernandez. Garcia, solid wrestling, powerful punches, lots of forward pressure. So I'm thinking Hernandez by decision because Garcia is very durable. He's tough. Rafa might have moments in the fight, you know, especially late as the footwork starts to get a little less crispy from Hernandez. And Garcia just keeps coming forward with the zombie pressure. But, you know, just picking a guy based on his ability to take a beating effectively isn't something that I want to do. So I'm thinking Hernandez is going to pick up rounds one and two, potentially dropping round 3 to Garcia, who's gritty and tough. But yeah, I'm going with Alexander Hernandez here. I do think that he should be able to get the job done over Rafa Garcia, who's like he did look good in that Jared Gordon fight, but like how much are we gonna put into that Jared Gordon win after he said he got hit by a fucking car? So I don't know. It's a tough one. They should have just gave us the Barcelos versus Grant and Jackson versus Martinetti. I agree with you, to be honest. That probably would have been better. Just the Barcelos Grant Unk fight and then Jackson versus Nettie. Yeah, let's see. Pretty sure they're all in ranked, closer age matchups too. I agree. That would have probably been better. Yeah. Rafa Garcia is skilled if he's not getting melted on the ground. I mean, he's got solid wrestling, but he got melted on the ground by Grant Dawson. Grant Dawson is a monster on the ground, even though he is chinny. Casey sub, what's up, Useless? How you doing? I also agree that Rafael Sunsao was arguably up 2 rounds. Yeah, he was. And then he kind of just got fucked over by the referee, having that referee take away his control position. He was probably going to win a decision. Let's see. If Vologden does not go to flyweight, he's cooked. He already cuts a fair amount to bantamweight, so maybe it's not an option. He just needs to strip down some muscle. He's just too jacked. It's like, you know, being a 5'3" bantamweight just isn't going to work. Rafa can't win without utilizing the wrestling. I don't think so. And he won't be able to find her. And I agree with you there. I do think that Hernandez's footwork is going to be be the difference maker in this fight. He's going to be landing the sharper shots as the fight goes on. It could be down to the wire, that Alex Hernandez versus Rafa Garcia. I agree. Yeah, no, it's going to be close. Rafa's going to be coming forward. He's going to be applying lots of pressure. He's going to be getting in Alex Hernandez's face. So it's not like Hernandez is just going to be able to easily pick him apart and, not face resistance. Rafa Garcia is going to be coming forward with a lot of pressure. He's going to be staying in his face. But Hernandez, I just like his the footwork. He's quick on his feet. He has fast, powerful hands. He's going to be hurting Rafa Garcia as the fight goes on, maybe even dropping him as he comes forward. And he just, Hernandez is pulling back out of range as Garcia is just crashing forward. Hernandez just puts that right hand right down the middle, right on his fucking chin. Potentially even a knockout win, but Garcia has shown that he's durable. But I could definitely see him at least hurting Garcia with the punches. It's not like Hernandez has pillow hands. He's got some solid power on his shots. Let's see. Rafa wrestling just is not. He gets melted by Grant Dawson. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. You can't just be like, oh, Rafa can't wrestle because he got grapple fucked by Grant Dawson, Grant Dawson's going to do that to most people. Yo, what's up, Rangy? I was surprised you went Aljo. Yeah, it wasn't like a super confident pick because it's like I like Youssef Zalal, I like his skills, but I'm just basing it off of like who has Youssef Zalal been fighting versus who Aljo has been fighting, and just how they've been looking relative to that level of competition. I mean, granted, the Josh Emmett submission was really fucking impressive, just arm barring Josh Emmett without even letting him land anything or even throw a shot is crazy. Because how fast did Youssef Zalal submit Josh Emmett? I think it was under a minute, like something crazy. Let me see. I forget exactly when. Okay, a little over a minute and 38 seconds into round one. Josh Emmett, I don't even think that he threw anything. Yeah, that was insane from Youssef Zalal. But I don't know, man. Aljo, his grappling, his wrestling. Aljo went tooth and nail with Movsar Evloev, who's one of the best wrestlers at featherweight. I just think that he's going to be good enough to keep it competitive with Youssef Zalal on the feet, get him down eventually, and then just get in those control positions and work for submissions. And I think that he's going to be the stronger grappler of the two. Even though Zalal is really good at grappling, I just think that Aljo is going to have a slight edge there. But we'll see. I mean, that's why we gotta see these dudes get in the cage. It's going to be a great fight. He has nothing to offer on the ground. I think Hernandez is going to be the better wrestler. I think that Hernandez he'd be better off just keeping it on the feet. I think that he could just stuff Garcia's takedowns, use the footwork, frustrate Garcia as he's just chasing after him, and just pick him apart. Put that jab on him, put that right hand on him. I think that Hernandez can get that done. Let's see. I thought you would go Zalal. I was going back and forth on it. Yeah. I wasn't 100% sure who I was going to pick. Like, I feel like up until today, and I was just like, fuck it, I'm going to lock in with Aljamain Sterling. Rafa beat Gordon the day after Gordon got hit by a car and hurt his knee. Exactly. So it's like he beat Jared Gordon, who got hit by a car. He beat Vince Pichel, who's like 40. He beat Clay Guida, who's like 40. So it's like, I don't know, man. Rafa had success with Gordon because Gordon let Rafa get in boxing range. Gordon likes to fight on the inside. Hernandez used footwork and green zone striking to win minutes and moments. I agree. Yeah, Hernandez isn't just going to be slugging with him in the pocket. Like, that's going to be the best chance for Garcia to win, land a big shot, on the inside and hurt Hernandez and just get into his face, make it gritty, make it ugly, clinch him, get him up against the cage. Like, the closer Garcia is to Alex Hernandez, I feel like the better he's going to do. Like, the more he's just in his face, in his chest, pressuring him, getting on the inside with the punches in the boxing, like, that's where Hernandez is going to be having issues. But if Hernandez is able to keep him at distance, if he's able to just pick him apart, keep the fight clean, that's where Hernandez is going to look the best in this fight. And I feel like he can do that. He looked really good against Diego Ferreira. Really, really solid. I couldn't believe they let Gordon go out and fight after that. Yeah, man. Who knows? Maybe they just kept it. Maybe they just kept it quiet. It could have been just him and like a teammate or two, or like his coach, that were just out like walking, getting some food, or who knows what the fuck. And he just end up getting hit by a car or something. I don't think he like went over the hood or anything like that. It might have just like ran into his leg or backed up into him. Who knows the actual circumstances of what happened and how severe it was. But yeah, man, Jared Gordon, sold everybody's parlays, and he's like, I don't give a fuck about your degenerates bets. It's like, fuck you, Jared Gordon. Fuck you, buddy. Let's see. I'm going Martinetti and Zalal based on them facing older dudes with linear paths to victory. I think the younger guys can outskill and outdog the older guys. Going Vieira because McConico is the same-ish age. I hear you. I'm going Martinetti and I'm going Sterling. But I don't hate the Youssef Zalal pick. And I'm also going Eric McConico, which, you know, might end up just aging terribly. I think that McConico should be able to stuff the takedowns and he's just going to outstrike Vieira. But it's not like I don't think I'm going to be betting on Eric McConico. I don't think so. It's just going to be the pick. He showed solid takedown defense against Cody Brundage and Seserkayev. Vieira showed, you know, he just sometimes when he has trouble taking people down, he'll just get fucked up on the feet. And I think that McConico is live. He's an athletic dude. He should be able to keep it up. And we'll see. I mean, Vieira, if he gets him down, McConico is going to be in a lot of fucking trouble. It's a good live betting spot, really. Because the outcome is on this fight is just completely reliant on Vieira's ability to get the takedown. You know, if Vieira's able to get him down consistently or just at least once early in the round, McConico is definitely going to be in a lot of fucking trouble with Vieira's high-level jiu-jitsu. He's going to be working from top position for an arm triangle, trying to get his back. Just submission attacks from Vieira is going to be the key to victory here. But I just think that McConico will be able to sprawl, keep it on the feet, defend the cage wrestling, get back out to range, land shots on Vieira, who's coming off that brutal beating from Bo Nickel, nasty head kick knockout. You know, I mean, McConico's coming off of a knockout loss too, but up until then it was competitive. He wasn't just like getting his fucking bell rung the whole time. He got caught with a big shot, got put down, but Vieira was just getting his ass whooped by Bo Nickel, and then he got head kicked. So it's like, I don't know, man. He might come back a little bit chinny after that, and a little bit, you know, compromised. So we'll see what happens with Rodolfo Vieira. And only beat bums. Are we talking about McConico? I hear you. I wrestled L. Dawson in front of Grant. Is that his wife? That's fucking crazy. What's up, Leandro? Both of them didn't throw any strikes. It was 0-0 on strikes. That's insane. Yeah, and I think it was Josh Emmett that shot a takedown or something, and then Youssef Zalal ended up getting the submission. Yeah, it's wild. Grant Dawson's ground control is legit. Very legit, I agree. But he's just super chinny. Leandro in the motherfucking building. Yep. I can see Zalal trying to knee up the middle all day. I agree. Yeah, that knee up the middle for Zalal is going to be, I feel like, a key weapon in this fight for him to try to get the win, especially as Aljo's trying to shoot in, trying to get the takedowns. I mean, Zalal is going to be keeping his distance. He's going to be most likely on the back foot. I'm going to think that Aljo is going to be the one that's going to be advancing in this fight because Zalal is the longer fighter. He's going to be able to reach Aljo where Aljo's not able to reach him, so Aljo's going to have to close that distance. And as Zalal is going back and forth, you know, he's going to be going left, he's going to be going right. He's just going to try to time Aljo as he's coming forward and put that knee up the middle on him. MMA Jackal, what's up, big dog? How you doing, my guy? What's going on? Oi. Hey, I was just watching tape with Paku. I wanted your thoughts on the Hernandez fight. LOL, perfect timing. Good shit. I'm glad. Yeah, I hope you got all that. But yeah, we're going Hernandez. I like his footwork. I think that he's going to be able to ping Rafa Garcia up from range here. Let's see the big Jackal. Why is KZ dressed like Aiden Pierce without the coat? Dude, I wish I had that fucking that hacking ability. That's the dude from Watch Dogs, right? Let's see. I think Vieira got him over 1.5, I think. Yeah. I potentially go to a decision, but I think that if Vieira is able to get him down, I think that he's going to be pretty live to get the sub, though. KZ dressed, he's ready to play poker. Yeah, I just need some sunglasses. Let's see. I don't think I'm going to be going hard on many bets on this card. Yeah, it's a bit iffy. I mean, there's a sequence of 3 fights in the middle of the card where that you just don't want to fucking bet on. Like McVey, Dumas, McConico, Vieira is kind of a sketchy one too. And then Ryan Spann, Marcus Buchecha. Because it's like Spann should get the KO, but he's fucking a retard. So it's like you never know. And then it's just like McVey, Dumas. How do you trust either one of those guys? And then McConico, Vieira. I don't know, man. That one's rough too. I guess Vieira sub. It's like, or just McConico money line, really. I forgot to tell AJ that he can join the topology group and be a mod and can accept or remove anyone. I'll try to tell him. Yeah, go ahead and DM him, tell him in his chat. Let's see. Did you see the cut on Aljo's eyelid? I saw that you sent it in the group, but I don't know. I didn't really see the cut. It was just kind of like a dark kind of spot on his eyelid. But I gotta look closer, probably in like a less blurry photo. Let's see. You need to get him in and remind him to submit pics. Yeah, AJ should do that. That thing could open up bad. Potentially. Let me see. Aljamain Sterling. If I just look up Aljamain Sterling cut, will I find him? Or I'll just look up Aljamain Sterling. There's nothing about a cut. They just told him to get the Funk Harbor off of his table. Let's see here.
Slot.
Just inspecting this dude's
to
face.
show for the fans and just take this
Is it
opportunity.
above his right eye?
And I'm just for me at the top of the food chain, but I'm hoping I can.
I don't know. I don't know if that's a fresh cut or not. Let's see. Even the first couple of weeks or at all, he doesn't have submitted picks. Yeah. Let's see. McConico has a big chance to land a big strike at range to hurt Vieira a bit. I agree, bro. And it's in that Cody Brundage fight. Rodolfo Vieira got dropped pretty fucking bad, man. And I don't know. Like McConico, athletic dude, solid power when he does want to throw. I don't know. And Rodolfo Vieira, he lost to Andre Petrosky. Granted, Andre Petrosky's a solid wrestler, but he just kind of got out kickboxed by Petrosky, who's not very good. I don't know. I think that Rodolfo Vieira is a little bit overpriced here at like a minus 245. I think it's a little wild. We'll see. I mean, if he gets him down, McConico is definitely going to be in trouble for sure. Zalal knee KO in the perfect world. That would be fucking nasty. I feel like after that, do you think that Zalal would get a title shot if he gets like a nasty knockout over Aljamain Sterling? Specifically, like Larry says here, a knee KO. What's up, Larry? How you doing? Let's see. I can see Useless having an eyebrow notch. I could totally see that too, bro. Just that little line in his fucking eyebrow. Let's see. Vieira control might not be enough. And if McConico keeps getting back to space, McConico can catch it with a big shot. I agree. That's what I'm thinking here. My thoughts exactly on Hernandez after the tape. Yeah, man, it's just like Garcia. He's a tough, gritty guy, but Hernandez should be the sharper fighter. Let's see. I've never made Juice Girl drink again. I'll send it again, KZ. The pic I sent is clear. All right, I got you. It's when there's a small gap. Yep. Shaved line in the eyebrow. It looks kind of zesty. It does. You can see it well unless you zoom in. All right, let me see this Aljamain Sterling cut on his eye. I don't know. It's just like low quality. It's like low resolution. But maybe. I mean, the thing with Youssef Zalal is like he's not like the most dangerous puncher. Like he does have those knees. He does have kicks. But he's got a decent straight hand. But it's not like he's dropping people with punches. He's not putting people down. Got a solid jab. He's more like a movement guy. He tries to keep the range. He tries to put shots out on you. Let's see. Perisic versus Pavlovich. What's the pick? God damn. I don't think that's official, but shit. That's a tough one for Perisic, bro. I'd be rooting for him, but Pavlovich is a fucking beast. That would be a crazy ass fight. I mean, Perisic would go right after him. But you don't know. You never know, man. I mean, the shot that he got hit with by Louis Sutherland, that taking that same kind of shot against Pavlovich would probably put him down. But Perisic is fighting Shamil Gaziev on May 2nd. It shows here at a UFC Perth. So fucking Brando Perisic is definitely gonna smoke this fucking idiot Gaziev. So let's go. Yeah, Pavlovich is kind of a tougher step up in competition. He just has that World War I sniper vision. He does, bro. Who do you like between JDM and Prates next week? Fuck, bro. I've been going back and forth on this one. Such a good fight. I want to see it. I agree. JDM and Prates. Fuck, dude. Slight lean towards JDM. Just the boxing, the combinations. I like his body shots as well on Prates. But it's just like, dude, Pratis has that one shot that can just change the fight completely. It's such a fucking rough matchup for JDM. For both guys, really. I mean, it's just a sick striking fight. We got JDM with the boxing, the combinations. Both guys, like, they're not like the dudes that are fleetest of foot. You know, they're not like dancing around the cage for the most part. They're kind of just like getting in the pocket and scrapping. Carlos Pratis did show some good footwork against Jeff Neal. But man, I guess it's like a slight lean towards JDM, but fuck, dude, that's a great ass fight. I definitely want to see it. I got to get into it and start, you know, watching some tape, just seeing any kind of tendencies from either one. See if I can pick up on any kind of weaknesses from either one as well. Pratis has the kicks, he has the long range striking. JDM's going to have to. I don't know. I think JDM's probably going to be trying to fight off of the back foot, I would say. Rooting for Pratis for sure. I don't know, man. I just want to see a good fight either way. I like both of them for sure. I like Pratis. I like JDM. So I'm not necessarily rooting for either one. Maybe when the fight gets closer, I'll feel like I want this guy to win or I want this guy to win. I don't fucking know. Look at this shit. Let me see. You guys remember this? Fucking Joe Rogan going in for the handshake with Bilal and Shavkat. This is fucking shit. It's funny. But yeah, man, God, JDM versus Pratis is an absolute fucking banger. I love that fight. It sucks that one of them has to lose, but it's a great fight regardless. JDM's nose bent like a Pratis cigarette, right? Looks like it got smoked halfway, then stomped out mid-fight. Yeah, goddamn. Poor JDM's nose, bro. I mean, at this point, Merab's nose is looking worse than JDM's. Let's see. Recent Aussie card's been fun. I might go Pratis decision. Fuck, dude. The issue is that it's going to be in Perth. I'm not going to really say like a biased robbery, but Pratis, he doesn't really like win minutes. Like he was kind of getting just like fucked up by Ian Gary until he hurt him in round 5 and almost finished him. But it's like I think Ian Gary was up 4 rounds against Pratis, dude. It's just like I don't know about Pratis' decision. My lock is Marcus Buchecha. That's fucking insane. Agreed, useless. I think Jack Della by KO. Potentially, bro. I mean, he could hurt him with those body shots for sure. Just ripping to that fucking liver of Pratis from all the, you know, all those cigarettes and alcohol that Pratis likes to drink and smoke. Got those weak organs, bro. Steve Erceg to beat Tim Elliott. That's another great fight. Fuck, dude. Tim Elliott looks like such an annoying motherfucker to fight. You saw how frustrated he had Kaya Sakura. Like he was just like tweaking in the side of the cage, looking like he was fucking fighting outside of a gas station. Let's see. Oh, dude, I don't know. Steve Erceg versus Tim Elliott. Maybe Steve Erceg. Maybe. I'm not sure though. Buchecha, yeah, that's fucking crazy, Larry. Mikhailov over Themba. I agree. Well, yeah, for sure. I think that Mikhailov he's got some nasty grappling. I think that he fucks Themba up. If I have to see JDM lose in person, my weekend is ruined, bro. If he loses in person, hopefully at least he doesn't get knocked out and it's just like a sick-ass fight, like a back-and-forth war. Let's see. The thing is, KZ, imagine if he just wins the rounds by damage, like drops him in one round and Jack's face is purple and bruised. It's possible. It's possible, but I feel like if Pratis is like consistently hurting Jack like that, he'll probably get him out of there, maybe. You would think. I don't know. We haven't really seen JDM really rocked in the UFC. He hasn't really taken big shots and like gotten fucking, you know, beaten up really by anybody. So I don't know. I mean, I could see it. Maybe useless. Like now that you're saying it, like I can, you know, bring myself there a little bit more. But I'm thinking if Pratis is winning the fight, he's probably going to be able to find a finish, most likely. Let's see. True, Leon was up 1-0, wasn't he? So if you can escape that one shot, yeah, it's true. You could just outpoint him. Just stay safe, stay clean, stay technical. Let's see. Buchecha for life. Yeah, Buchecha's going to get chinned by Ryan Spann, most likely. I don't know what's so funny, bro. Buchecha's a warrior? Yeah, for sure. No, definitely. A booty warrior. Let's see. Steve Erceg dog walked Ode Osborne. Yeah, Ode Osborne's terrible. So Jake Matthews versus Salikov is a crazy fight, though. 2 frauds. Jake Matthews, he should have beat Neil Magny, but that fucking fight was stopped early in the first round when he had that guillotine locked in, or I think it was like a Darce or an Anaconda choke. That was fucking crazy. But then just getting TKO'd by Neil Magny is like, why are you trying to wrestle against Neil Magny, bro? You should have some confidence to strike with this motherfucker, stay at range. But yeah, no, I get it. Because if Bilal was landing that much on him, I don't know. But I might go JDM, I don't know. The thing is with Bilal, it's like JDM was probably like, all right, if Bilal hits me, I don't really give a fuck. Like, I'm just going to walk forward and land the cleaner, better shots. I think against Carlos Prates, he would have a little bit more. Most certainly. He would most certainly have a lot more respect for Prates' striking and power. So I don't think he would just allow himself to be hit like that, like he did against Bilal. Let's see. Bilal Pillow Hands had JDM's face so bruised. Yeah, Bilal was landing some solid shots. I don't know if JDM has ever been KO'd. I don't think so either. I can go ahead and confirm that real quick. Jack. I don't think so. I think he was submitted like in his early fight. Like in his first, because he lost his first two. No, he's been knocked out once in the third round, submitted once in the first round, and then he lost that decision to Islam. So damn, in his first two fights, the first one he got knocked out, second one he got submitted, and then he was undefeated up until the Islam fight. Fucking crazy. Let's see. Crazy that Burns had so much success versus JDM. It's true. But I feel like that was like the last of Burns' prime. And then JDM also had that broken arm in the fight. I'm not too sure when he broke his arm in the fight, but he had to deal with that. He ended up getting the knockout anyways, which is impressive. Let's see. Braden K, what's up, my guy? How you doing? What's good, y'all? What's goody? What's goody, Gooner Gang? What's up? He got KO'd in his Proteo. Yep. Avenged his loss, though. Yep. Let's see. Do you think Prime Whitaker, after the UL fight, would have beat GSP or no way? It definitely would have been an interesting fight for sure. I mean, GSP, dude, Prime Whitaker for sure definitely would have had a chance to beat GSP. You know, GSP was kind of a little bit busted up against Michael Bisping. He got the round 4, submission, but Bisping was landing some solid shots. And I think Whitaker probably would have been a little bit better just with the wrestling than Bisping in the grappling. And Whitaker definitely would have been live against GSP. I think he could have pulled it off for sure. No way, definitely not, because GSP lost to Johnny Hendricks. Granted, Johnny Hendricks was on hella steroids, but GSP was a fucking dog, bro. Definitely. Let's see. If JDM can make the fight a dirty kickboxing match rather than just a back-and-forth technical kickboxing fight, he can win a 5-round fight. I mean, JDM just has to avoid the obviously this sounds pretty fucking obvious, but he has to avoid the big shots from Prates. I think JDM will have success if he goes to the body a lot with the punches, just hooks to the body, left hooks to the body, just gets in close, doesn't let Prates use his long range weapons like the straight hand, like the knees, knees are more close range, but I don't know, man. Prates does have a lot of weapons. He's a fucking dangerous striker in all facets, really. In all ranges. He has the long range punches, he has the kicks, he has the knees, he has spinning elbows. I mean, Prates is just a fucking dangerous striker no matter which way you cut it. So it's a great fucking fight, man. I'm very much looking forward to it. The one thing that you could say between Prates and JDM is that Prates probably has more weapons than JDM, who's just primarily just, a boxer. JDM's got some good calf kicks. He's got some I don't really remember him going for head kicks too often, but Prates does have more diversity in the toolbox with what he likes to throw than JDM, who's just primarily a boxer for the most part. Let's see. Oh, yeah, did he crucifix right, or was it because of the wrestling? What are we talking about right now? Let's see. JDM by body shots. I think that JDM will have success going to the body for sure. But it wasn't really like a knockout. It was a half-ass stoppage. I'm not too sure. I forget, bro. I'm retarded. I lost where we were at with that. JDM by technical body shots. Let's see, take down Prates, hold him against the cage, and wear on him like Usman did in his prime and tire him out. Yeah, JDM could probably have some success with the grappling, the clinching, the wrestling. Take a little bit of sting off of Prates' shots. But, I mean, Edwards tried the same thing, and then he ended up getting knocked out. Let's see. I'm down to see JDM mix it up with his BJJ black belt. For sure. It would definitely give him a little bit more of just just add something to the fight where he can have success, win some minutes, have Prates worry maybe about the takedowns, open up the hands. Hendricks was juiced to the tits. It's true. Gary showed that's how you beat Prates. You got to mix it up and get gritty versus him. And Prates isn't going to just punk JDM with a knee or body shot. I agree. JDM can eat a punch. Look at his fucking nose. Yeah, for sure. People forget, man. Jake Shields beat Prime Woodley and Dan Henderson. You're right, bro. People do forget about that. It was ground and pound elbows and volume, KO use, Alden Bates. The fuck are we talking about, bro? Am I missing something? Like, who are we talking about? Are we talking about JDM getting TKO'd? I think that's what we're talking about. You can beat Prates that way, though. That's what Gary did. Simple calf kick, stayed on the outside and boxed and took him down. Yeah. But JDM is not going to fight like as much of a pussy as Ian Gary, though. You know what I mean? Like, Ian Gary was running away the whole fucking time. And Ian Gary's going to, or JDM's going to want to, get a little bit. He's going to want to try to mix it up with Carlos Prates. I don't think he's going to be satisfied just kind of fighting like a bitch, like an Ian Gary. Edwards isn't on JDM's level right now, brother. Maybe 7 years ago. I agree for sure. No, I agree with that. Give Jack confidence if he gets the takedown. I agree. Let's see. Kicks to the arms too. Name a knockout with more oro than the Prates spinning elbow. Fucking Lerone Murphy. No, but that shit was nasty from Prates for sure. But Lerone Murphy Pico earlier than Derek Luck. Lewis versus Taliesin Teixeira. Bro, people forget, man. Alden Bates had a war with Carlos Prates. Yeah, JDM's for a loss. Rowan Weston Wilson almost beat John Silva. No, he didn't, but damn, man, he got caught bad. Yeah, no, he didn't. No, he's going to march forward and get gritty. Weston Wilson praise is insane. Yeah, no, he's just fucking rage baiting me. Weston Wilson's garbage, bro. You're only saying that because you got a fucking Weston Wilson UFC card. You should burn that shit. Let's see. Max Holloway walk-off KO had the most aura. That shit was pretty fucking nasty, bro. There was another one recently that was pretty fucking sick. It wasn't Barbosa over Bazookia. Oh, fuck, bro. This is pissing me off. I have to look at this. It wasn't Cup Swanson Nate Landwehr either, even though that one was pretty fucking nasty. Dude, I don't know why, but I think I was thinking of the fucking Alice Pereira Haley Cohen knockout because that shit was fucking disgusting, the way that she just put her out unconscious with the knee. But I was just remembering like a spectacular knockout. Maybe it was Alexa Grasso, Macy Barber. Because I think it was a ladies one. Belgarui, Mansour Abdul Malik was disgusting. Larion Douglas, Julian Arosa was disgusting. Yeah, man, we've had some pretty fucking good highlights here. Hell yeah. UFC Seattle was nasty. Baranowski, Austin Lane. Good Lord. Let's see. Or Masvidal Neon Askren because of the celebration afterwards. Yeah, when he fell like a fucking plank. That shit was funny. Weston Wilson UFC card. Lucky guy. Yeah, bro. Use that shit as toilet paper. Dude, Barcelos looks a bit like on the older side. I'm nervous for him. I mean, he always looks old, bro. How many Barcelos looks like a fucking goblin, but he still wins these fights. I'm going to be picking him to beat Montel Jackson. But he did the stick pose and jumped and played knocked out besides Askren. Yeah, I did. My Weston Wilson card will be worth a lot. Eventually, it's going up in value. Weston Wilson is going to lose his next fight and get cut from the UFC, bro. Masvidal did him dirty in 4 seconds. He did. That was fucking disgusting. Buckley's KO over Impa was insane. Dude. The commentators lost their mind. I think it was either Dan Hardy or Paul Felder. They were like, that was some real-life ninja stuff. Impa caught the kick. Buckley did that turning side kick to the face. Fucking Taekwondo shit. Filthy. Honestly, Yuri getting his head bounced off to the canvas by a cripple was crazy. I don't remember that, bro. That sounds like AI to me. I don't recall Yuri Prohashka versus Carlos Olberg ever happening. I got to hit the hay, big dog. Have a good night, Jackal. Have a good one, bro. Peace out and good luck on your bets. Barcelos, Griffin, and Grant. Crafty Young Parlay. Dude, right? Barcelos, Griffin, Grant. I mean, Griffin's going to fucking lose because he wasn't even letting his hands go against Michael Chiesa. But Barcelos and Grant is live, even though I am picking Martinetti. But I am picking Barcelos. Max Griffin? No. No way. Peace, Jackal. Yep. Goblin. Yeah, dude. How many Barcelos looks like a little fucking Brazilian goblin? Leoto Machida head kick on Vitor was goated. Yeah, the fucking front kick right to his face. That was nasty. We'll link up and watch some tape soon. Sounds good, my guy. Later, dudes. Who's your favorite ref, KZ? Maybe either Mark Beltran or that dude Lucas Bashaki or whatever the fuck his name. Like that skinny, bald guy with the beard. The one that was reffing Nicholas Mota versus Nazim Sadikov. When Nicholas Mota was just letting those punches go and Nazim was keeping himself safe. Another referee, probably like fucking Mark Smith, would have stopped that fight just because, you know, Mota was landing a bunch of shots even though Nazim was covering himself up. So I think his name is like Lucas Bazaki. So either Mark Beltran or that guy. I like Dan. Stop the fight! Hardy. I agree. Dan Hardy was solid. I don't remember what happened, why he ended up getting fired. I think he like confronted some lady and then they were like, oh, you can't fucking do that. Izzy over Alex. Yeah, that shit was fucking disgusting. Let's see. Yo, Dan Hardy gave Bisping brain damage with that elbow. Or Dan Henderson gave Bisping brain damage with that elbow. Yeah, the fucking the H-bomb. Yeah, Dan Henderson's a fucking asshole, bro. He's like, yo, you're unconscious? Let me fucking hit you as hard as I can. Francis Ngannou did the same shit. Jeremy Stevens does the same shit. Dude, I hate when somebody sees that their opponent's clearly out. Like, they're just like, so look, if your opponent's like this on the ground, how about you don't follow up with a fucking full power hammer fist to their fucking face? You know what I mean? Like, how about you're just like, all right, this dude's out. Let me just, you know, not fucking try to murder him on the ground. It's like, come on, bro. Come on now, bro. For instance, Ngannou did that shit. He decapitates Alistair Overeem with the uppercut, and he's like, oh, let me fucking go in and hammer fist this dude as hard as I can, even though he's clearly unconscious. Francis Ngannou's a fucking scumbag, bro. Let's see. I'm not ready to count out Jack's power, JDM. I know he had a bunch of round one KOs, and if you're on the fence against him, I can see Pratis feeling big punches. Yeah, I mean, JDM, both guys have nasty fucking power. Pratis probably has more like the one punch power, but that JDM, when he hits you, you're going to fucking feel that shit for sure. Let's see. Why people sleeping on Barcelos? I don't get it. Dude is good. I agree, PDX. I'm picking him. I'm picking Barcelos. I'm surprised. I was honestly surprised to see him that he's as an underdog for sure. Right, PDX? He's good money making fighter for betting. He's a good money making fighter for betting. Yeah. I don't know why I read that so weird, but yes, I agree. I always fade Honey Barcelos, but you know, fuck. Now that I'm on him, he might lose, but I am picking him this time. Barcelos found the fountain of youth. Yeah, those fucking peptides, bro. That little goblin is gonna look good against Montel Jackson, I feel. The thing is that Montel Jackson, he just lacks output, he lacks volume. He's just not, you don't know what version of Montel Jackson that you're getting, and Honey Barcelos, he always shows up, is consistent, fights for your money every single time. So I'm liking Barcelos for sure. Did you see Angela Hill versus that Chinese girl from One? I think, yeah, I did. I'm pretty sure I don't know anything about the girl from One, but I'm just going to assume that she's going to smoke Angela Hill if she's any good. Let's see. But yeah, Aunt Jemima is like 42 at this point. She's going to lose for sure. Alexa Grasso murdering Macy Barber was shocking. Babyface killer. Yeah, bro. Alexa Grasso, she's all cute and shit, and then she fucking knocked her out so bad. And dude, the speed at which she jumped on that rear naked choke on Macy Barber's half unconscious body was fucking scary, bro. Like, she dropped her, Macy turned around, and then Alexa was just on that shit immediately, choked her out. Goddamn. Yeah, very impressive. Barcelos found the same syringe Vitor was using. Yeah, it was Gilbert Burns' brother, Herbert Burns. He got like a super late stoppage. Herbert Burns was a fucking... He always just ended up quitting in fights. Dan Hardy versus Carlos Condit was cool. Yeah, it was. They both threw left hooks right at the same time. Condit caught him first, put him down, and out. The shit was nasty. Robbie Lawler versus Carlos Condit. Some could say robbery. I don't know. I got to go back and watch that fight because I've never seen it. Robbie Lawler versus Carlos Condit. Let's see. You made me laugh just now. Dude, I'm so far behind in chat, I think. Yeah, I know what the fuck I said, but I appreciate y'all. Let's see. Super necessary. Oh, yeah, the fucking the late punches. Let's see. I think Marcio Barbosa beats John Silva right now. It would be competitive, I feel like, but I want to see Barbosa fight against better guys. It's like I can't just say, okay, yeah, he's going to beat John Silva right now just because he knocks out Dennis Bazookia. Dennis Bazookia is not very good. Let's see, bro. Henderson jumped in the elbow with all his weight. He was airborne, and then he just brought it fucking down on Bisping's face. He was like, fuck you. That was crazy. Remember when Francis was just punching Cyril Gane's nuts? That was crazy. I do remember that. Let's see. Sometimes you just have to dribble his head off the canvas while he's passed out until the ref gets there. Yeah, bro, exactly. I mean, I thought that he was going to get up. That's what Masvidal said about Ben Askren. Fucking crazy. Where I wish Darren Till beat Jorge Masvidal, and I wish Wonderboy beat Buckley. Yeah, Wonderboy was looking good until he got caught by Buckley. And then Darren Till, Masvidal was competitive as well. Masvidal was just fucking tough, bro. He caught Darren Till with that nasty switch left hand. Masvidal got so lucky Till even dropped him. I mean, that's not lucky, bro. He fucking caught him with some nasty shit. Knocked out by Gabriel Santos. Lived to be chinned by John Silva. Let's see. Or live to be chinned by John Silva. Carlos Prates easily beating JDM. I'm betting a shit ton on that. Prates almost finished Gary. Easily is crazy. I don't think he's easily beating JDM. He could definitely win. But easy? Who the fuck's beating JDM easily besides Islam, who just laid on him for 5 rounds and didn't do shit? Like, I don't think so. I think that's crazy. I don't think anybody's going to easily beat JDM. But Prates does have the tools and the power to hurt him for sure. And he does have the tools and the power to knock him out. But I don't think that it's going to be easy. JDM's going to be landing some nasty body shots. He's a really fucking elite fighter for sure. He's a great striker in his own right. Let's see. Masvidal had to go to resurgence, but he made himself a bag hell late in his career. Late stoppages are underrated. I don't know, man. You guys remember that one Khabib stoppage? I think it was some dude named Tavares. Khabib like had this dude's face in his hand, and he was just like fucking hammer fisting him like a million fucking times, and the referee just wasn't stopping the fight. He was elbowing him, fucking smacking him in the face, and the guy's just dying, and fucking Khabib just kept pounding this dude's fucking face. That shit was crazy. I know you guys know what I'm talking about, that late-ass Khabib stoppage. I low-key want to see both Blanchfield and Fatima Klein fight again. I do too, bro. Fatima Klein's nasty. She's got some good-ass striking. She's well-rounded, good grappling too. Blanchfield got that solid-ass grappling. Serviceable striking, but, you know, she's primarily that nasty ground-and-pound grappler. Vitor Syringe, yeah. Anybody else still not believe Matt Malott is legit? Could see him getting slammed out by Buckley. Yeah, Gilbert Burns looked really washed. I mean, Malott looked good in that fight, but it was more, I feel like that was more just like Burns not having it anymore than Malott being like, oh, Malott's a world beater. Yeah, I could see Buckley beating him. I definitely think he loses to Gabriel Bonfim. Yeah, Malott, they've kind of just been serving him up some softballs with the matchups for Malott. You know, he's got that Dana White privilege a little bit. So, yeah, I feel like once Malott starts fighting these dudes that are in their prime, he's going to be having some issues. I mean, granted, he did knock out Charles Radke, but come on now. Charles Radke, you know, he says – I don't want to say it because I don't want the stream to get demonetized, but you know what Charles Radke says. You know, he says that word that rhymes with he says that word that rhymes with faggot. But, yeah, no, Charles Radke, I like him. I couldn't think of any other word, so I just fucking said it, bro. Who cares? If I get demonetized, I'm going to be pissed, but fuck it, whatever. We ball. We ball. He knocked out Charles Radke, who's in his prime, but Charles Radke's not like the top-level guy. He's not like one of the top-level guys. He's solid, but I don't know. Herbert Burns beat the word that rhymes with – I'm just laughing. All right, whatever. Herbert Burns beat Nate Landwehr. People forget, man. Yeah, man. That's a terrible loss for Nate Landwehr. Jesus Christ. Worst stoppage of the year, Jacoby Smith. Yeah, I think that was only just like even made worse by the fact that we know that what's his name? Harris. Like Dante. Whatever the fuck, Joshua Harris, whatever that dude's name is, that he was coming in off of the brain surgery. So that just made it even worse. Like he just gets slammed, he gets put out with some elbows, and then he just keeps fucking going, and you're just like, please, Harris is coming off of some brain surgery. Stop the fucking fight. I feel it for sure. Colby almost beat Buckley too. No, he didn't. Colby got fucking destroyed in that fight. Barbosa versus Larion Douglas, who wins? That's a sick-ass fight, bro. I don't know. Maybe a leaning Barbosa. But fuck, dude. I don't want to see that fight yet. I want to see that fight when those guys are both ranked. For sure. Pratis is going to fix JDM's nose for him, bro. Yeah, I mean, he might. Punch that shit to the other side. Let's see. Fatima Klein is fighting Amanda Hebos. That's a tough fight for Amanda Hebos. Fatima Klein, I'm definitely going to be picking her in that one. She's probably going to be a huge favorite, too. Wish we got those type of matchups, useless killer versus killer. It's just too early. It's just like you want to see these guys get built up more. Like, it would be a sick fight now. I agree. But it's like, wouldn't it be a sick fight after you see these dudes KO 3 more people each? You know, you see these guys get a highlight reel. You see Larion Douglas start fucking chinning motherfuckers. You see Barbosa chinning motherfuckers, and they fight when they're like number 7, number 8, you know, when they're both ranked in the top 15. Then I feel like the fight has some more juice to it. Khabib versus MJ was so late too. I mean, that was just MJ not tapping. So, you know, but it was a submission. I'm talking about some ground and pound. Bro, the Bobby Green, Jalen Turner stoppage might have been the worst of all time. That one was fucking brutal, bro. MMA Guru had a fucking hilarious reaction to that one. He was like, ref, he's fucking dead, ref, you fucking idiot. Just losing his fucking mind. Dude, that shit was brutal, bro. Yeah, Bobby Green. I'm surprised he came back. He's come back and he's looking good in fights after that, because that was like some nasty damage that he took against that in that fight. And that was, I think, part of the reason why Jalen Turner dropped Moicano at UFC 300, and he just let him up. He was like, I don't want to fucking kill somebody else. So he didn't go for the kill on Moicano. BSD versus Hooker was a terrible stoppage. Yeah, that one was pretty bad too. Yeah, Hooker was just he was just stuck. He was just getting fucking destroyed. Let's see. Prates and JDM have my favorite walkouts in the UFC right now. JDM coming out to HCDC makes me want to run through a wall. And Prates with the Rick Ross, the beat drop is super sick. Both guys are fucking fan favorites, bro. They're both awesome fighters for sure. Sick striking style. Never in a boring fight outside of, you know, Islam Makhachev stinking it up against JDM, but that wasn't fucking JDM's fault. So yeah, neither guy's ever in a boring fight. 6 strikers. Fan favorites, very entertaining matchup. I'm very much looking forward to it for sure. Prates JDM is fucking sick. I can't wait to start breaking that down. And most certainly you're going to see a full card picks video from me on that one. Ankh versus Kutalaba, worst stoppage I've ever seen. Yeah, but that was an early stoppage. Kutalaba was like trying to fake that he was hurt, which was so obvious because Kutalaba was just like, I'm fucking hurt. And then like throws a big, huge overhand, and then the gay little referee comes in. I think his like name's like Kevin McDonald or something, with his freaking little haircut, and he was like, fucking flipping around the cage, fucking prancing around the cage, and he's just, let me stop the fight. Jalaba loses his shit, just all fucking mad, like, what the fuck are you doing? That shit was fucking crazy. No, for sure. That was a terrible stoppage as well, but early, not late. Late stoppages are better than early. At least we get to see a clear win and outcome with a smashing. I agree, for sure. It's not necessarily just like a late stoppage, but it's just like, okay, the guy's clearly on the ground unconscious. You know what I mean? Just like fucking stiff. And then you go in, let me fucking hammer fist this guy. It's like, you're a fucking asshole, bro. I don't care. Like, Francis Ngannou didn't need to hammer fist Stipe in the rematch. He didn't need to hammer fist Alistair Overeem, you know? That's like some fucking scumbag behavior. Kerry Hatley deserves jail time for the Turner versus Green stoppage. Yeah, bro, he fucking fucked that up terribly. That was brutal. What, dude? Yeah. The word that rhymes. Oh, fuck. I'm not going to say it again because I don't want to get demonetized. It's not that I'm scared to say it. You know, I'll fucking let it rip all day long. But it's just that YouTube is like, that's a bad word. You can't be saying words like that. And it's like, all right, YouTube, you fucking bunch of communists. Okay, fine. Susan CEO is watching. Yeah, it's true. Early stoppages suck. You're so right. I agree. I don't like early stoppages either. I want to type it, but that's worse. Yeah. It's like Theo Vaughn. He was talking about the N-word. He's like, sometimes I just write it down to get it out. It's like, that's fucking hilarious. Josiah Harrell. There we go. Yes, thank you. I fucking called him like what? Like Dante Harris? That fucking like completely butchered his name. The muscle hamster. Yeah. Malat fought Gilbert very smart. I agree. He kept his range. He didn't let Gilbert really land much. And he just stayed patient, waited until he hurt him, and then he capitalized. Truthfully, I'm not really sure if he's good or not. He is good. He's got good footwork. He got some nice straight punches. It's just the Neil Magny loss is such a bad look. But he is solid. I'm not saying that he's gonna beat guys like, Bonfim, Brady, Buckley. There was somebody else that I was thinking of, Gary, Prates, JDM. I don't think he's gonna beat any of these guys. But I think that he beats like a Neil. Oh fuck, he lost to Neil Magny. I think he beats Neil Magny in a rematch. but yeah, man, I don't know. I think he even loses to Wonder Boy potentially. Well, underrated? I don't know. He's not bad, but I don't know if he's underrated. Let's see. Malat versus Uros Medic might be a funny fight. I would like to see that fight too. That I feel like that would be like, all right, we can see Malat's level here. If he gets fucking slimed out, as the kids say, by Uros Medic. We know that he's not that good. If he fucking knocks Uros Medic out, it's like, all right, there we go. Like, we got a knockout win over a primed guy, a guy that's not washed. Impressive. Malat beat him like a drum with a ground and pound. He did. Usually we see Burns with a super aggressive ground and pound. Yeah, but Burns is usually the guy knocking people down with the punches. This time he got knocked down. So Malat, I think that it was good for Gilbert Burns to retire. I love Gilbert Burns. He was one of my favorite fighters at one point, Still is, but he was losing. It's like, it's rough. But Gilbert Burns, I've always had love for Gilbert Burns. I've always liked watching him fight. But yeah, I think that him calling it when he did was a good time to call it. Just because if you feel like you don't have it anymore, you're not going to be going in there with confidence in the fights. And like, if you're not feeling confident that you're going to win, then you probably shouldn't be necessarily be fighting. I feel like. Let's see. Malat versus Uros Medic would be a banger. Who's a better prospect? I agree. That's a sick-ass fight. Malat could beat Michael Morales if he keeps light on his toes. I don't know. Ian Gary would do bad things to Michael Morales. Now, Ian Gary versus Michael Morales, you can sell me more on that than Michael Malat. Or Mike Malat. Michael Malat sounds weird. Mike Malat, I don't know, man. I got to see more from him. But Ian Gary, he would give Michael Morales problems with the footwork for sure. Would I be rooting for Michael Morales to chin him? Absolutely. But I don't know. Ian Gary is a pretty tough matchup for Morales just based on his ability to keep range. He's a big ass dude for 170 as well. So Morales clearly would have the power advantage, but Gary would be able to pick him apart at range and do well with the footwork. Although I would be rooting for him to get fucking chinned. I want to see Bobby Green versus Kelly Fernandez. That's fucking no, dude. I don't want to see that. Kelly Fernandez fucks Bobby Green up. I want to see Bobby Green fight some unks. Let me get fucking Bobby Green versus Grant Dawson too. Let him fucking knock him out again. No, I don't know. Bobby Green versus I think he fought Nasrat Haqparast already. Somebody like that. How about no? You know what? Perfect fight. Bobby Green versus Esteban Ribovics. Boom. Fucking perfect. That's sick-ass matchmaking. Ribovics coming off that Gamrot loss. Bobby Green coming off that Zellhuber knockout. Two fan-friendly fighting styles. Bobby Green versus Esteban Ribovics would be a sick-ass fight. Shevchenko versus Cachoeira was a terrible stoppage. Yeah, Mario Yamasaki don't believe in stoppages. Yeah, he was just letting her be a warrior. That was fucking brutal. I like TNT for JDM's walkout. Agreed. Vladislav Medic, Buckley, Bilal, Brady. Nah. I don't think so. I don't think so. I got to see more from Malat. I feel like I would pick all those guys over him. Yeah, I don't know. Ian Gary has the crawl. That's the secret of beating Prates. Aldo versus Jan was also kind of late. Yeah, and he was putting some nasty shots on him. No, that was super late. It was freaking super fucking late. Jan was beating on him for like a solid 2 minutes before they stopped that fight. And Aldo was just like in a bloody heap on the fucking canvas, and Jan was just ground and pounding the shit out of him. Very late stoppage. Malat is beating Bilal and Brady on the feet, but not Uros and Buckley. Would give him a hard time striking. I agree. Yeah, on the feet, yeah, but I think Bilal and Brady would maybe eventually get to him with the cardio and the wrestling and just break him down. Yeah. Close fights. Jason Herzog tried to give Nalo a chance against Jai Herbert, but Nalo failed us. Yeah, fucking Mondel Nalo got totally just... Do you want to call it fraud checked? I don't know. He got totally... the fucking hype train was derailed for sure. He got fucking destroyed. Anshul Julie could do good still? Yeah, no. Loki, the other week, Navajo Sterling knocked out Bruno Lopez like 5 times, and Dom Cruz was like, "This is good refereeing, keep going." It's true, yeah. Dom Cruz, every time he's just gonna bring it up, like, "I wish I would have gotten this kind of opportunity." Like, he's just salty as fuck about the Henry Cejudo stoppage. So every time he's just like, I wish I could have gotten that kind of opportunity against Henry. Every time Keith Peterson is refereeing, he's always gonna bring that shit up. Locks, well. Easy peasy locks are going to be fucking Jafel Filho and Francis Marshall, but they're both minus 600. Another lock, let me go through the whole thing. Polastri, Valenzuela, I feel like is a lock against Max Griffin. He's a high confidence pick. McVey, Dumas, McConico, Vieira, Spann, Buchecha. Fuck me, dude. I mean, these guys are very low IQ, so it's just hard for me to highly confidently pick any of them. Raoni, Barcelos. Montel Jackson is dangerous, so I have a hard time locking Raoni, even though I am picking him. Davey Grant, Martinetti. Alexander Hernandez is a relatively high confident pick. Norma Dumont is a high confident pick. Yeah, Martinetti, not really. Aljamain Sterling, not really. I would say my favorite underdog on the card would probably be Raoni Barcelos. And then Ryan Spann, he should definitely get the KO over Buchecha, but like he's such a fucking dumbass. He might just end up shooting a takedown on Buchecha, so you never know, man. So my favorite underdog is going to be Raoni Barcelos. And then I do like Ryan Spann by knockout. Let's see, Josh Emmett needs to retire. I agree. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna beat anybody. But yeah, Josh Emmett versus Pitbull, I think that would be a good fight for both of them. They're not fighting like young killers. They're just fighting like an unk on the end of it at this point. So yeah, that would be a good fight. He's locking Marcus Buchecha. No. Mystery fighter Michael Malott. Yeah, right. Or Mike Morales. Morales probably gasses in a 5-rounder with how much weight he cuts. That's also a valid point as well. That is valid for sure because Michael Morales walks around at like fucking 210. Let's see. Bobby Green, Michael Johnson. That would be a good one as well. KZ, you've been to an event, brother. Give Ribovic Zellhuber. They already fought. They fought at you just do the rematch. Yeah, they fought at a UFC Sphere. KZ, you've been to an event before. I go to 5 or so per year, and I always recommend people go at least once to watch in person. I haven't been, bro, but I really want to go. I'm going to go eventually. I'm not too sure when. But I'm definitely planning on going at some point. I'm sure that the UFC is going to be around for a long fucking time. So I'm going to go for sure. But, they're not bringing any shows to Nicaragua. So your boy's going to have to go to the US for one of them. And we'll see. Going to have to shell out a good $1,000+ to fly there, get the hotel, get the tickets. But, I'm going to go to one where I know that it's like a guaranteed fucking banger. Like I'm not going to go to any Islam Makhachev main events. I'm not going to any Khamzat Chimaev main events. If I were to go to some shit, it would be like JDM Prates. I'm going to go to like a striker versus striker matchup, and then I'll end up with fucking Izzy Romero. No, I don't know. I'll see. I'll see when I go. Potentially next year, the year after that. I definitely want to go here soon, though. Bobby Green versus Michael Johnson. I've always wanted to see that matchup. That would be a good fight for sure. But it's just Michael Johnson coming off that nasty KO loss. Bobby Green coming off a good KO win. I don't know if Bobby Green would want that. I don't think he would turn it down, though. So yeah, that would be an interesting fight, interesting stylistic matchup. Got the old black dudes fighting each other. I'll take it. Looking like two unks scrapping at the cookout. Let's see, Martinetti and Sterling plus 300 odds. I'm making money on that parlay. I like it, bro. Martinetti, I'm picking him. I'm picking Sterling as well. So that shit's live. That both are my picks for sure. But it's not like it's a little risky, especially Sterling. Martinetti, I feel like Davey's just 40 years old. Martinetti's got good high volume, high output. But Youssef Zalal is really fucking good. But Sterling, I do like his 5-round experience, and I like that he's been fighting the better guys for sure. And that fight against Movsar Evloev, where it was just, razor close, that's a really good look for Sterling as well. Brennan Allen sparring with Khamzat ahead of his fight with Edmund Shabazian. I think Brennan Allen is going to he's probably going to take Edmund Shabazian down, and he's probably going to fuck him up, I think. Shabazian, he looked good against, who was it, Petrosky? Like, come on now. Like, Petrosky's not good. Edmund Shabazian, or not Edmund Shabazian. Brennan Allen has some nasty fucking jiu-jitsu. He's really good, man. He was giving Imavov some problems. Him versus Fluffy was pretty close. He just made some stupid mistakes and ended up getting reversed. But Brennan Allen is definitely on a different level than Edmund Shabazian, who hasn't fought the best guys. Edmund Shabazian, I'm pretty sure he lost to, did he lose to like GM3? He lost to Derek Brunson. He just gets fucked up by these grapplers, dude. Funny thing is, Cruz got slumped by Cejudo. Yeah, he was kind of like on his way up to the feet, but he was definitely rocked and hurt fucking bad. Why do you think Valenzuela beats Griffin? Because Griffin is coming in on a week's notice, and it's just he fights too timid for me. It's just he wasn't even letting his hands go against Michael Chiesa. He just fights on the back foot, uses a lot of lateral movement, and I just he was worried about the takedown against Chiesa, but it's like when you're on the feet against Michael Chiesa, you gotta let your fucking hands go, bro. And Valenzuela, he's got good boxing combos, solid left hook, good calf kick, good aggression, good volume as well. I just think that, I think that he's going to be able to close the distance, outwork Max Griffin, just win the fight by being the more active guy, just wanting it more, just pushing the pace. Max Griffin's 40 as well. Valenzuela, he got knocked down on Dana White Contender Series, but he was fighting a fucking monster, like a jacked 28-year-old undefeated Brazilian, some powerhouse. So I don't know, man. I don't think that Max Griffin has that same kind of danger factor. Let's see. Full UFC Perth odds are out for sure. Cruz got dog walked by Garbrandt. Yeah, he did. But I mean, Cody sold his fucking soul for that performance. Are they going to cut Andreas Gustafsson? I don't care to see that bum fight ever again. Yeah, he fucking threw his fight against Renat Fakhretdinov. That shit was bought and sold. You're in Nicaragua? Yes, I am. I'm from Orlando, or I guess I'm from Minnesota, like raised in Orlando, Florida. But your boy's been living out here in Nicaragua for a good, I guess, like 7 years at this point. I'm half Nicaraguan. My dad's from out here, but my mom is a white lady from Minnesota. So, yeah, I got some family out here, but I just like it out here. I live comfy. Women are easier to obtain out here. I came out here when I was like 21. So instead of like being a passport bro when I was like fucking 50, I was just like, fuck it, bro. I'm just going to come out here and get some Latina vagine at 21 years old. Because I went to college out here. I was like 18, 19 when I went to college. I had a fucking very good time, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna come back out here. In like 2018, I went back to the US, was living there, working at some shitty ass jobs, fucking a bunch of fat bitches, and I'm like, this sucks, man. Fuck this. Went to Chama versus Khalil, was cracked. That's fucking awesome, bro. I would have loved to see that fight in person. I would go to Hamzat card and just scream inshallah, inshallah during the fight. I would just be booing loud as fuck. Just say, stand them up. Stand them up. Hugging isn't fighting. Boo! Just loud as shit. KZ's a Brazilian living in Nicaragua. I'm not Brazilian, but hell yeah, brother. Porra! I'm going to fly to the US for a card in the next few years. We could go together. I'd be down, bro. We could go to when AJ hits 100K subscribers, we do that MMA experts meetup. That'd be sick. For all the boys go to UFC card, we'd be a riot. I agree, bro. When AJ hits that 100K subs, he needs to go to a UFC card. We got to tell him. We all got to fucking get on him about that. That's going to be the MMA experts meetup. It's crazy how every week we have to guess what's the most possible outcome. I wish we could cheat. Right? Just fucking slide into the future real quick. Just fucking look at what's going to happen. Put like a fucking 10-leg parlay together for fucking plus $1 million odds. Put $10 on that shit, make like $1 million. Yeah, that'd be sick for sure. Just get the fucking round and the method for the whole card. Let's see. I'm super keen. Just need to get my bread up. Yeah, it's like 6K trip for me. Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a couple thousand for your boy as well. And I'm probably gonna have to bring not like have to, but like I would probably bring my girlfriend as well. So it's like I gotta, we gotta put money together for her too. She works, so she'll pay for herself, but it's gonna be expensive. Sterling is literally a better Zalal. Every single one of my parlays is Aljo on it. God damn. You might want to hedge a little bit with the Zalal, but I'm picking Sterling, but it's like I like the confidence though. I like the confidence. I think Zalal has better, probably a little bit better in the striking. He has that knee up the middle, which I could see him having success with, but I don't think it's going to be enough to beat Aljo. I do think that Aljo does have the edge in the grappling and the wrestling for sure. Fuck, that's right. I'm going to need a CBD Lion link. Who do they give Hockett if he beats Lewis? I don't know, man. Well, shit. The winner of Waldo Volkov? I don't even know, to be honest. They might just throw him right into a title shot. Maybe Pavlovich. But yeah, that would be Hockett. I mean, he totally fucking made a name for himself in the heavyweight division, bro. I was picking Blades. I was like, who's Hockett beating? I guess he's fucking beating Curtis Blades. And that was a sick-ass fight, bro. One of the best fights you've ever seen. Yeah, I love that fight. That was a fucking banger. And you could tell, dude, Curtis Blades got rocked early in that first round, and he could have just gotten TKO'd, but Curtis Blades, he did not want to fucking lose to Josh Hockett, bro. Especially after Josh Hockett just came out, fucking put his middle finger right in his face before the fight started. Curtis Blades did not want to lose to that motherfucker, bro. He did not. He had so much will to win, but he just couldn't hurt Hockett. And that was such a weird fight, bro, because at certain points, Hockett was just kind of stumbling around the cage. It was almost like he was doing some drunken kung fu, bro. He was acting. I feel like Hockett would kind of get hit with a grazing shot and he would act more hurt than he was. I don't know. It was really weird. Hockett's that was a weird ass fight. I don't think that Hockett was as hurt as he was putting on at certain moments in that fight. We can do a card in a state that's legal with CBD line. I mean, Vegas, free. New York is super fucking expensive, so going to a New York event wouldn't be ideal, but that's free. California is also very expensive, but it's legal there. But yeah, legal in Vegas. There are a couple of there are a solid amount of states where it's legal at this point. Cruz Dog Walk DJ, though. Yeah, DJ was just too small for him. Let's see. Gustafson said UFC isn't giving him fights. Yeah, probably because he threw his last one. He fucking got bought out by the fucking mafia for that shit. Casey has a bit of European in his blood. Yeah, half, whatever the fuck it is. I think it's Polish German, but I have no idea for sure. He fixed his Renat fight. That's why, exactly. Women are easier to obtain. I'm dead. It's fucking true, bro. Just because your boy has some blue eyes and I'm American, I just get fucking vagine. It's fucking great. True, I'm on that too. We're not getting cut and Gus not getting fights basically confirms it. I agree, bro, for sure. I lived in Japan for the late 90s for that same reason. Hell yeah, brother. That sounds fucking awesome. Yeah, I would love to go to Korea or Japan, for the tourism. But yeah, no, definitely would love to go to either one of those countries. Dude, I only heard KZ say it at the time, no one else. Bro, as soon as that fight fucking happened, I was like, what the fuck? Gustafson is a dog, and he's just going to fold over for that fucking shit. I wanted to make a video about it too, but I never ended up releasing it. Because it just felt like I was coping about losing a bet. But dude, I watched that shit frame for frame, we're not the finishing sequence. Gustafson kind of got rocked by a jab, and then every single strike that Fakhretdinov threw after that didn't land. So that shit was rigged, bro. That shit was 100% rigged, and I was on it from the start. From the start, goddammit. If we all go to a UFC card, here's the deal. Rafael Esteban, Camrat, Mofsar all need to be on the card? Yeah, hell no. Nah. Hello, AJ ain't leaving the crib for nothing. Finch was in the city, wouldn't do a meetup. The fans have no chance. We got to fucking tell him, bro. If we go to a card, Phil Rowe has to be on it. Phil Rowe got cut, didn't he? Yeah, he did. Yeah, there we go. Gavin Lagoon, damn, I didn't know you were from Minnesota, Midwest. Nice, I live in Iowa. For sure, hell yeah, bro. Shout out to Iowa. You in Des Moines? Or Des Moines? Because I don't think you pronounce the S. Des Moines? Yeah, your boy's from Minnesota. I think I moved to Florida when I was 7. Buddy, when the fight started and Hokit Kudalaba walked. What do you mean Hokit Kudalaba? When Hokit walked across the octagon and put his middle finger in Blades' face, I knew we were going to get a war. 100%, bro. I was like, what the fuck? And then he just kept flicking him off. That shit was ridiculous. Blades would fail a takedown. Hokit would be like, fuck you. Hokit would land a big shot on him. We would fucking flick him off again. Hokit played possum a bit, kind of. I agree, bro. Hokit was giving Blades damage points on the scorecard with his theatrics. He was for sure. Because I don't think that he was as hurt as he was putting on. I think Hokit was a bit gassed after going for the first round KO, then caught a second wind. I think he was a bit gassed too, but I don't think that he was that hurt. He's got cardio, wrestling, and football 2 ways. Yeah, it's crazy because when it's all said and done, Volk will have 3 losses to Russians, 2 to Islam, and then to Movsar. Yeah, no. Volkanovski's going to destroy Movsar, and if the only reason why Movsar would beat Volkanovski is because Volkanovski is not in his prime. Prime Volk fucking mops the octagon floor with Mobster Evloev, bro. All the blood stains you see on the floor in the octagon would be cleaned up by the end of that fight because fucking Volkanovski would put that motherfucker on his head and use him to clean the goddamn octagon floor. Let's see. When we all go to a card, I'm planning on being the unk of the group. Yeah, sounds accurate, PDX, because I think Useless would be the little bro because he's like fucking in his early 20s. I know Braden K is like a year younger than me. I'm 28, so I'm probably going to be like 30 by the time we go to a card, so we'll see. I'm Monkey2 PDX. There we go. We got Rangy as well. I know that, Rain, but regardless, you can't do an explosive activity for an endless amount of time, like equivalent to sprinting for a minute and a half straight. Yeah, for sure. He's just all mad because I'm exposing him. Bro, you watch fucking Aiden Ross and Clavicular, bro. Everybody knows you're in your early 20s. All right, come on now. I got 40 is the new 30 nowadays. Yeah, exactly. And 30 is the new 25. I got to say, I was a huge Volk hater until late in his career. I'm 29, Unk City. For sure, dude, chill. I liked Volk. I think like Volk was getting way too much shit after the Holloway fight, the second one. So I was like, fuck it, bro. Volk's my guy. And then he just kept putting on sick-ass fights, like against the Zombie, against Brian Ortega, especially that Max Holloway trilogy fight. He whooped Holloway's ass, bro. Let's bully Useless. Yeah, bro. Fucking Useless watches gay streamers. I'm one of them. I hate you for saying that, Paku. I'm 29, Unk City. That's fucking funny. That's hilarious. I'm turning 29 this year in November. Oh. But let me see. Let me go ahead and show you guys the full card picks. Maybe I might tweak the methods. I'm not too sure. I don't feel like, the best about the methods that I have for the picks. Let me go ahead and just pull this up for you guys so we can let me see. I gotta put my face on the other side. Fuck. I don't know what that was, but that was some weird shit. Damn it. What's going on? There we go. That's where I want my face. Okay. Can I scroll over, please? What's up, Daisy? So yeah, I've got Polastri decision, Valenzuela KO TKO, Marshall KO TKO, Jafel Filho by submission, Michelle Montague by submission. Round 1 is crazy. I'm not too sure why I put round 1 there. McVey KO TKO, Eric McConico KO, Ryan Spann KO TKO, Raoni Barcelos decision, Luna Martinetti decision, Alex Hernandez decision, Norma Dumont decision, Aljamain Sterling decision. So fucking hopefully we don't get an all decision main card. But that's just what I was leaning at the time. But yeah, so we're gonna get some fucking banger prelims, 6 straight or 7 straight finishes, and then some kind of rough main card with the 5 straight decisions. So I'm not too sure. The method of victory is kind of little iffy here on this, but the picks, like the fighters, Polastri, Valenzuela, Marshall, Filho, Montague, McVey, McConico, Spann, Barcelos, Luna Martinetti, Hernandez, Dumont, Sterling. I'm feeling pretty good about the picks. I would say my most confident picks are going to be Polastri, Valenzuela. I feel like it goes without saying, Marshall and Filho. Montague, I'm going to say as well. Barcelos, Hernandez. And the fights where I'm feeling like a little about are going to be Sterling, probably Dumont, Luna Martinetti as well. Spann, McConico, McVey. It's just like, bro, fuck. You can't trust these. Like, there's this little 3-fight window where it's just like a 1-800 gamblers fucking type of thing, where it's just like you can't rely on McVey or Dumas. You can't really rely on Vieira or McConico, and you can't really rely on Buchecha or Spann. So that one's a little bit rough. So let's see. PDX old you, sir, 47. I was 29 during the Bush administration. That's funny. Makes you feel any better. At least, you're younger than my parents, bro. I think my parents were born in 1971. So there you go. Let's see. Rule 1, you never ask a man or woman their age. That's mainly for women, but, it is what it is. Michelle Montague is actually hot. She is actually hot for sure. Polastri's hot too, bro. Her typology picture doesn't do her justice, but when she was on the AJ's lock of the week screen, she was giving me some fucking eyes that were looking pretty interesting. You know what I'm saying? Dude, PDX, you're still young. 47 years young. Hell yeah. My best MMA bud Jackal is in his late 30s. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, bro. 47, if you're still feeling good, that's all that matters for the most part. You never ask a lady their age, Tick. You can ask a man his age, yeah. Ask them how much they weigh. Exactly. Yeah, ask a girl how much she weighs, what her relationship is with her father, how many guys she slept with, and that kind of thing, you know? 47 isn't old. I consider 60 old now because my parents are in their 50s and active. There you go. Exactly. Ask her weight and if she got any kids. Yeah, exactly. Bro, do that tick. Time goes fast. 25 years old in 2000 or 51 today. It's crazy. Yeah, that is fucking crazy, bro. Let's see. Bro said she was giving me the eyes and made a face. Yeah, bro, she was giving me those eyes. Those fucking that she's looking for a schmeeting, you know what I'm saying? That she's looking for a healthy serving of penis. But yeah, bro, Julia Palastri's hot. And then we got Norma Dumont, Jocelyn Edward. Oh, what? I heard some broken glass. What just happened? Get your Crocs. All right, y'all. One of the little asshole cats broke a fucking candle, so I got to go sweep up some glass. So I will be right back. You got to give your boy like a good fucking couple of minutes here, but I'll be back. If you guys leave, it is what it is. I appreciate you for being here for the most part. But yeah, you've always got to go clean up some broken glass, and I'll be right fucking back. It was this little motherfucker. Quesito, little cheese. Yeah, I'm doing it. So All right, boys, there we go. Fucking glass cleaned up, crisis averted. There we go. Let me catch up with the chat. I'm just going to read it. I'm not going to read everything out loud. Let's see. Damn cats. Yeah, exactly. Sit on the glass you won't. Yeah, fucking one guy, one jar. The bong got knocked off the shelves. Yeah, it was just like it was a candle. Let's see. Yeah, how much do you weigh? How many dudes have you slept with? Yeah. That's a too much Polastri talk signal, right? Appreciate the support, guys. I'm going to be posted up in Tokyo looking for a bar to watch International Fight Week event. That sounds fucking sick, bro. I hope you slip on it. Yeah, it's crazy. Little Cheeses of Menace. Yeah, Casito's a little bastard. Dude, glass is dangerous. Can literally be on your finger. You go to sleep and wake up with glass inside your hand. Yeah, no, I'm gonna imagine walking on Legos. Imagine walking on glass. Yeah, it's fucking brutal. Plus, man, NBA bet. One guy, one jar was a popular show back then. Yeah, bro, for sure. So was Two Girls, One Cup. Let's see. Imagine walking on hot coals like those crazy people. Yeah, fuck that, bro. Two kids, one sandbox. Fucking gross. I have the weirdest UFC fan history. I was a big fan from like 1992 to 1994, and then nothing until 2000 or 2020. That is crazy. So you missed like I guess people would call it the golden era. Like that 2004 between like a 2010 range, like, you know, like with the Lawlers, the Condits, the GSPs, all the fucking steroid motherfuckers, you know. Let's see, the Diaz bros in their prime. Even Nicaraguan cats have attitudes. I don't know if I can handle the women, ZK. Yeah, bro. I mean, the women, you know, they're nice. They're good. For sure. They're hot. And, you know, sometimes that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. The Apex was fun. You could hear everything during 2020, and there was barely any sports on. Dana was a real one. Dude, the Dan Hooker versus Dustin Poirier fight was one of the most brutal fights because it was just all you could hear was just these two dudes beating the shit out of each other. Like, you rewatch that fight and you're just like, bro, these guys were not getting paid enough for this because they beat the fuck out of each other in like an empty little fucking warehouse. That shit was crazy. No sports, but UFC, he was smart as fuck. It's true, bro. I mean, I became a hardcore UFC fan during that time. What's up, John Dong? How you doing, my guy? Kevin Holland fighting 5 times a year was fun. It was, bro. He got that nasty. Like, his win streak was underrated as fuck, bro. He got like the knockout win over. I think he knocked out. Let me see. Let me go back to this because I think it was like Buckley, Anthony Hernandez, Jacare. Who the fuck else was it? Kevin. Let's see. Kevin Holland. Yeah, 2020 Kevin Holland was fucking special. Let's see. So 2020. Yeah, he started out knocking out Anthony Hernandez. Then he knocked out Joaquin Buckley, beat Darren the Dentist Stewart. He slammed TKO'd Charlie Ontiveros. Then he TKO'd Jacare Souza off of his back. Fucking disgusting. Then he got out-wrestled by Derek Brunson, out-wrestled by Marvin Vittori, head-butted by Kyle Dawkins. Bro, I remember when he lost, he didn't lose to Kyle Dawkins, but he ended up getting like head-butted and then choked out. Dude, I was so fucking pissed when that happened, bro, because I was a big Kevin Holland fan. This was like before he started, acting like a fucking dickhead. But I was so mad when Kyle Dawkins fucking, beat Kevin Holland because he head-butted him and then he choked him out, and I was so fucking pissed. I was like, that's fucking bullshit. No way, bro. He didn't beat Kevin Holland. I was like, Kevin Holland's going to come back. Goddamn. Kevin Holland, he was on a 2-fight losing streak to Vittori and Brunson. And I was like, he's going to whoop Kyle Dawkins' ass. And then Kyle Dawkins headbutts the shit out of him and then chokes him out. And I was so mad, bro. I was so mad. Yeah, we were Holland super fans during COVID and Hamza. Yeah. That's when Buckley Ninja kicked Impa. Yep. Little Cheese the Menace. Yep. That's fucking crazy. Did you make a shitload of money, Rangy, doing that? Oh, you lost a shitload of money. I'm thinking, damn. No BS. Dana was like the mob being the only ones with liquor during the prohibition. It's true. Let's see. Crack Fiends lining up. They could have given us any fucking fight and we would have taken it then. Yeah, and the fights were actually good, though. That's the thing. Like, the fights were fucking sick. Bring his ass back on the camera. He's like he's outside now at this point. I can go get him, though. Let's see. Yo, the fuck? They leaked the script to you, Rain. LOL. I lost his credit card charges. Jesus, nothing guaranteed. Casey is back to his strategy of using his pets to carry the stream. That's funny. At least you're laughing about it now. Holland got KO'd and subbed in the same fight, but he didn't get KO'd because he got fucking headbutted. I mean, I guess he got knocked out, but he didn't get knocked out because it was a fucking headbutt. So it's like that shit. I was so mad, bro. But yeah, that was fucking brutal. Because I was like, yeah, Kevin Holland's gonna smoke this dude. Let's see. And then since then, he's been down at 170. Yeah, man. 2020 Kevin Holland was a fucking mythical fighter for sure. Let's see. Oh. But yeah, boys. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, God. We've been going for an hour 40. What's the funniest UFC fight you've ever watched? Let me try to think, bro. I mean, Chris Barnett, when his fucking ass was falling out of his pants against Hamdi Abdelwahab, was pretty funny. Let me try to think further than that, though. Let me see. Long Zhao versus Cody Garbrandt was pretty fucking ridiculous because Long Zhao kept kicking him in the fucking balls. He kicked Cody Garbrandt in the nuts, and then for the second time, Cody was puking in the bucket, and he was like, oh, Cody's like, yeah, I'm going to fucking go after you now, buddy. He's all pissed off. And they start getting into it, start scrapping, and then Long Zhao fucking kicks him in the balls again. He lost 2 points during that shit. I don't know. Kevin Holland, when he always is talking shit, is funny too. Let me see. Funniest UFC fights. Walker versus Hill. That one was funny too, bro. Fucking Johnny Walker flailing his arms up in the air like a fucking wacky inflatable arm waving tube man. Like the fucking things that are outside car dealerships. Let's see. Funny thing, Kyle Dawkins might KO Kevin Holland legit now. It'd be competitive for sure. Dawkins looks like he's gotten a lot better since he got cut from the UFC. Walker versus Hill was a good one for sure. I always find it funny when they get choked out of their pants like Buchecha did. Yeah, I think Lando Venata got choked out of his pants. Armin Sarukian got choked out of his shorts too. It's always like the guillotine because it's like they wrap you up with like that. They wrap you up in guard, and then they fucking just choke the shit out of you. Burnett and Hamdi all day blowing around the plumber. Yeah, exactly. Burnett with his fucking cheeks are hanging out of his shorts. Verdum versus Travis Brown was hilarious. Verdum started the fight with a flying kick that landed clean. Yeah, bro, he wobbled Travis Brown. Travis Brown was like kind of like stepping in potholes after that shit. Fucking came jumping out with like a flying side kick to the face. Joe Rogan says it too. He's like, he hit him with a flying side kick to the face. Yeah, that one was good too. Let me see. What are some funny UFC fights I'm trying to think of? Shit. I mean, Kevin Holland was always funny because he's like, he tells Joaquin Buckley, he's like, wipe your nose, you got a booger. Buckley's like, oh yeah, let me wipe my nose. And then Kevin Holland fucking knocks him out. That shit was hilarious. Let's see. Michelle Pereira when he was back flipping on top of people. That was always some fucking crazy shit. Yeah, bruh. Let's see. Anderson Silva when Michael Bisping was like fucking complaining to Herb Dean. Anderson Silva flying kneed the shit out of him. That was crazy. That heavy chick from Diaz's team straight running away mid-fight was hilarious. Yeah, Chelsea Chandler. It was against Norma Dumont, too. Like, Norma Dumont hit her with a shot. She literally turns around, sprints away from fucking Norma Dumont, and runs right into the side of the cage. Dominic Cruz, and I don't know who he was commentating with, but they just start laughing their asses off. Let's see. Not funniest has to be Poirier when he broke McGregor's leg. How about Nate Diaz versus Tony Ferguson? Like Tony Ferguson or Nate Diaz just like fucking goes after him, and then he's just like, oh, whatever. And he fucking just walks around, like fucking puts his arms up on the cage, just like fucking talking shit. Then he goes back, he starts going after Tony Ferguson. That shit was funny too, bro. Or when Nick Diaz fucking hit like the side pose on the ground against Anderson Silva. That shit was funny as fuck too. Yeah, bro. Oh my god, stupid ass moments. Yeah, McGregor. Doctor stoppage. Doctor stoppage. There was no check. Your wife's in me DMs. Hey, baby. Yeah, Conor McGregor was fucking going crazy, bro. He was like in shock from his leg being snapped in half. Yeah, exactly. Dumont Chandler. Ilya piecing up Ryan Hall when he wasn't known was hilarious. Yeah, Hall had no answer but pulling guard. I was like rolling on the ground. He was like upside down, like hanging out. Ilya like got like a moment and he was just like, let me fucking murder this man fucking with ground and pound. Doctor stoppage. He was getting interviewed sitting there. Exactly. Yeah, he was just like sitting on the ground talking hella shit. Joe Rogan's just sitting next to him. Bro, I still laugh every time I think of that. Yeah, that shit was crazy. Conor will win his next fight. I mean, it depends who he fights. But I mean, shit. I don't even know if you see him fight again. I don't know. I was Nate. You were at Nate versus Tony. I don't know how I forgot. I was pissed they weren't fighting. Yeah, dude. That shit was crazy, bro. There's like this funny edit of like Nate Diaz in Skyrim. Let me show you guys this shit. Hopefully I don't get fucking flagged. But this shit's hilarious. I think I'm gonna get flagged for this. Fuck me. Oh, I don't know, bro. I'm just gonna show you. I'm gonna copy the link because I don't want this shit to get a fucking copyright strike. But yeah, watch that shit. This shit fucking makes me laugh, bro. Just this shit's stupid. Let's see. How the hell did Ryan Hall sub BJ Penn? He just hit him with like a nasty Imanari roll, and then he heel hooked him. Let's see. Kevin Lee versus Tony was fun. Yeah, that was a fucking sick ass scrap. Imagine the fight between Ryan Hall and Crone Gracie. They just start the fight and start butt scooting towards each other. Yeah, for sure. They just fucking sit down on their asses and hit a fucking slap and knucks and fucking get after it. Just fucking scooting all over the place, leaving fucking skid marks on the octagon floor. Let's see. But yeah, boys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up here. Vacuum up probably the little rest of that glass. And yeah, boys, I hope you guys like that fucking thumbnail with Norman Dumont's cheek action in there. But go ahead and watch the yeah, you guys are watching that Nate Diaz video. That shit's fucking funny, bro. But I wish I could just show it on the stream, but it is what it is. The jits props got me. Oh, the jiu-jitsu props? Yeah. Yeah, hell yeah, bro. They hit that fucking that thing right there. Teixeira versus Sergey about to be a funny one. Yeah, for sure. We're gonna see what happens. Oh, I mean, Sergey Pavlovich is gonna knock him the fuck out. Absolutely. Big W man today was a great one. Gracias KZ. Hell yeah, PDX. Larry, Hiraro, Paku, Ollie, Braden K, everybody that popped in here. Full card picks are on the channel. Lit stream. I appreciate you guys for tuning in as always, for sure. Rain G, W to you guys. Void Mate. Everybody that came in to chop it up with your boy. I know Ikize was in there earlier. Sniff screen, tremendous thumbnail. Hell yeah, bro. Fucking, we got Dumont versus Edwards. Fucking highly anticipated matchup. Must see TV. But yeah, full card picks on the channel. Check those out. Leave a like, leave a comment if you can. I appreciate you guys. If you just want to listen to a specific take on a specific fight, timestamps are on there. You know, you don't got to watch the whole thing, but at least, you know, listen to your boy break down a couple of them. Martinetti, Davey Grant, I feel like is like one of the longer breakdowns on there. But yeah, boys, thank you for tuning in. Have a good night. Good luck on your bets and all that good stuff. And peace out. I will see you guys next time. See you later. See you later.